This is BMAC here with Podcast 266 with guest Bob Sweeney. Bob, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. So let me ask you about where you were born, a little bit about your early background, how you became a player with the Bruins. So let's start with your early career. So where were you born and where were you from originally?
I grew up in a small town, Boxborough, Mass. Went to Acton Boxborough High School. I was one of 7 kids, second youngest. I had one brother and 5 sisters, and we grew up on a small farm. And my sisters figure skated. My brother and I played hockey, and our closest neighbor was a mile away, so we were out in the sticks, to say the least, and then enjoyed our upbringing as kids in the Boxborough area.
Mm-hmm. So let me know. So how did the Bruins sign you? How did the Bruins sign you?
Well, I was, as I said, I went to Acton Boxborough High School, and after my senior year, I was drafted by the Bruins in the 6th round.
Yeah.
And then I went to Boston College for 4 years, graduated in 1986, and then signed my first contract in the summer of 86. And my first training camp was in the 86-87 season, and I actually got sent to Moncton, New Brunswick, right at the end of training camp, and got called up 3 times that year, went up and down with the Bruins, and but then my first full year was 87, 88.
So who were the broadcasters when you were playing in those days?
Fred and Derek. Fred and Derek and Bob Wilson and Chief on the radio.
Yeah.
It was those guys were a big part of our team and Bruins history, and obviously still are. Yeah.
Now, who did the TV back then when you were playing?
Greg Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Oh, Derek Sanderson. That's awesome. Now, who was your favorite teammate you had to play with when you were playing? Do you have any special teammates that you bonded with the most?
Well, I have to say it was Ray Bork. I remember when my first official game, I was fortunate to sit right next to Ray, and he really made me feel at home, and told me, I belonged here, and just play the way you're capable of playing, and he couldn't have been any nicer to me, and still very friendly with him to this day.
Yeah, I want to ask you about the Bar Kaisers in Malden. You remember that place, the Bar Kaiser?
Caiazos.
Yeah, Caiazos. Yep, Caiazos.
Yeah, no, we used to go there once in a while at when the season ended. Stevie Kai was a good man and a good friend of the Bruins. Yes.
Now, what are you doing these days? I know you're coaching a lot now. How's it been for you these days?
I'm done coaching. My kids now are 22, 26, and 28. My youngest is a sophomore at UNH playing hockey there. And I coached for years at the Valley Junior Warriors when the kids were younger. But for the last 16 years, I've been running the Bruins Foundation.
Yeah. And how is it working with Cam Neely?
Great.
Yeah, nice guy. He's great.
It's a little not weird, but you just look back and remember that myself, Donnie, and Cam were in the locker room years ago, and now we're different roles with the team. Obviously, Cam and Donnie are involved in the hockey ops, and I'm involved in the community and the outreach that the players and everybody does to make sure we're good citizens in the community.
Yeah. What has been the most fulfilling event for you you've ever done with the foundation? The most fulfilling event you've ever done for you, would you say, in your personal foundation when you've done events? What's been your favorite event you've done so far? Well,
we've done a lot with Special Olympics recently. I think, one of the best events we did was bringing some athletes to the Winter Classic in 2019 at Notre Dame. We played a floor hockey game, the Mass team versus Illinois team for Special Olympics, and they got to go to the Winter Classic, and they did a little segment in between 16 periods on it, and it really was a great way to show the work that we do with Special Olympics and see how all these athletes perform on a stage and how passionate they are.
Yeah, that's so great. Well, Bob, thanks for coming on the podcast today, Bob. It's been a great interview, Bob. I appreciate you coming on the show today, and you've been a great guest. And I actually, before I go, I want to say real quick, we actually met a couple times. I met you at Tewksbury when you did remember the event you did with Ken Casey at the breakaway rink?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great event. And I saw you again at a signing recently. You were at the Shriners. What was that, a couple weeks ago, I think it was? You were at the Shriners doing the signing, which was kind of fun. Do you plan to do it? Do you think you'll do any more of those signings in the future? Have you been asked to do those more?
No, I don't do too many of those. I don't. Pretty busy. You know, we have a busy week here with Foundation. We'll be in Fort Devens tomorrow giving out trees for soldiers. Saturday we have a big alumni game that the Dano Charter is going to make his alumni debut. We're playing against the Warrior for Life Foundation, which is a group of Navy SEALs that we do every year. It's always a fun game, competitive game. And then Sunday we got the Martin Richard Road Race at Warrior. So we're pretty busy.
Yeah,
and then we got the Winter Classic coming up soon in another month. So
sounds great. Bob, thanks for coming on the show today, Bob. It's been a great interview once again, and we'll keep in touch. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you guys again for that interview with Bob. And we've had a great guest today on the show. And in closing, I'll say this, guys. Come see me tonight at Stevens at Newtown Grill. Bill Ricca tonight, 7 to 10. I'm going to sing songs. I'm going to sing some Disturbed. Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms, Christmas song, start off the Christmas season. And maybe this is his sister. We'll see. But again, guys, that was Bob Sweeney, Bruins legend, playing the Eve with Cam Newton, all that stuff. So anyway, guys, great interview today. And look forward to my we're going to talk about best anniversary pretty soon, having the best anniversary very soon after Christmas, I think. And thank you guys again. Thanks, guys.